This is Bill Dubord's property. Sorry if I'm saying the last name wrong. And we are doing a cleanup that's going to include removing the green waste, leaf debris and branches, and removing the weeds. We are not spraying anything on this property, so just pulling whatever we can pull. Anything above 2 inches we're gonna pull. If there are weeds that are grassy or weeds in the patio joints, we're gonna use a string trimmer to knock that down and then remove all the green waste after that. But we're not spraying anything. Just kind of walking around. There's some weeds in the DG that I will pull the big ones, and everything small we'll just use a string trimmer on the DG and get it as low as we reasonably can. We can't go too low because the little pebbles can hit a window and break it, so we'll have to be super careful with that. So that right there is a weed. Just kind of around the tree there's some weeds here, a weed right here. There's definitely like debris laying around, so stuff like this we want to go through and carefully with the blower clean it up, and then we'll provide a quote for installing new shredded cedar as well in all the planter beds. So yeah, you could see where the weeds are. We'll have to string trim all of this. Going all this way, that's going to be string trimmed. There's some volunteers from the tree popping up. We need to cut those all the way down. In this area, so everything around the vegetable garden, we want to pull out and string trim all the small stuff. These strawberry plants, Bill has asked us to leave those alone. We're going to leave them. And then walking around here, there's some green waste here. There are some blackberry sprouts. We want to go ahead and cut them all the way down to the ground. This plant right here has some weeds growing into it, so we need to pull it away from the plant. Do our best to separate that. We're not pruning anything on this cleanup, just the weeds, trying to address that. This right here we're leaving. This is just a flowering plant that the client wants us to leave. But anything on the pathway, obviously, we want to remove. Okay, so the mulch would be for that planter bed, this one, the retaining wall, this planter bed, and then the front yard as well. Okay. Yeah, so string trim all of this on the DG. Pretty much the same thing in the front yard. We're just pulling out all the weeds to separate them from the other plants. This Bermuda grass in here, we're going to do our best to pull that out of the rocks, but I did explain to the client that we won't be able to get it perfect. We'll do our best. This ground cover looks good. We'll use a string trimmer to knock back any weeds that are growing through the joints. There's some weeds right here that need to be pulled. Blow out the leaves here. Some weeds in here also, kind of clear it up and pull it. While we're out here with the string trimmer, make sure to hit these joints to kind of clear them up a little bit with the string trimmer. Blow out all of the debris in this rock area. Obviously pull out the weeds. There's a rose popping through. That's a volunteer. That's not supposed to be there, so we need to pull that out. There's a volunteer one right there as well. This right here is just all clover vine that needs to be pulled up. Same with this as well. This needs to get pulled up best we can. It's very hard. Clover has a trailing root system, so we'll do our best to get it all, but there might be some left over. But the bulk of the green waste we'll be able to get. There's some in the joints here, right here. A lot of green waste needs to be blown out of these rocks and up to that corner where the mailbox is. And then I'll also mention that these planter bed areas will be doing a quote for installing shredded cedar. And that's it.